You're watching Star Television Network on Channel 21. This is the National News Bulletin on the hour. First, the headlines. Umaru Napoleon Koma, Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party, has said education will be one of the key priorities of the government of President Julius Maada Bio. President of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, Kelvin Lewis, has described the late veteran journalist Christopher Coker as an accomplished professional who inspired many young reporters when he was in active practice. The managing director of Rokel Commercial Bank, Dr. Ekundayo Walton Gilpin, has said there has been a rapid, dynamic and innovative changes at the bank since it took over. And in sports, the Sierra Leone handball delegation to Mauritania has returned home after being thrown out of the Challenge Trophy for failing to provide passports for the athletes. Those were the headlines, and now for the news in detail with me, Amadou Lamranaba. Umaru Napoleon Koma, Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party, has said education will be one of the key priorities of the government of President Julius Maada Bio. He was speaking at an engagement on ensuring a peaceful post-elections with other political parties at Kona Lodge in Freetown. Waida Sisi has the story.
The new direction strategy, according to the Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party, Napoleon Koma, is to change the face of the country's socio-economic development through the implementation of the three governing principles, which he outlined as professionalism, discipline and better service delivery. These three governing principles, he said, will serve as fundamentals to achieve the core agenda of President Bio on the education sector, revamping of the economy and infrastructural development.
For able for deliver services. I do now example. A flash program we don't talk about free education for begin them when they go school. Starting from class 1 till reach SS3. For the see that example go university. They don't campaign on that thing, they will make sure they don't pay school fee. But how we go for the show that day? If we go to the community get high school, begin the bullying. If that's the can't give collect school fees from them, then that service they will not deliver to them. That's the responsibility of that community, and the responsibility of that chief of that community for make sure say when the president say no picking up for pay school fees, this is a general duty for make sure say that is school and community, that is school and village, they have to show the county presidency, and by so doing we will not deliver the services then to the people of this country.
Commenting on the violent activities that has erupted across the country due to political intolerance and intimidation, the National Secretary General of the All People's Congress Party, Usman Fode Yansane, called on the leadership of the SLPP government to urgently address the situation.
The people that made the president, Maada, all that, they will do this thing. And plan in his absence, nothing in the help. That is a bad president. For certain people that cannot do so, me that we take the initiative for this committee. In 30 minutes, the committee will start the meeting. Because I said to all the people there, not the people take the initiative. Who president of the order? Say, send on the committee, somebody from the SLPP. For all when I call them a meeting, not only we supposed to do that, but I'm not in danger. People now sit down together and investigate their atrocities here. Now, so people are anger and keep an eye on. Say, tomorrow, when SLPP, no, we say we condemn, will be a vicious circle.
The Secretary General of the National Grand Coalition, Francis Indowa, said at the engagement forum that governance in Sierra Leone will now enjoy a constructive opposition and criticism that will challenge anything contrary to the will of the people. He furthered that they are ready to work amicably with President Maada Bio and his government for the good of Sierra Leone. Reconciliation is a required solution to resolve the political intolerance and grievances across the country, said Reverend Dr. Usman Jesse Fona, Secretary General of the Interreligious Council of Sierra Leone. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Waida Sisay.
President of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, Kelvin Lewis, has described the late veteran journalist Christopher Coker as a professional who inspired many young reporters when he was in active practice. He was speaking at the opening of a book of condolence at this large headquarters in Freetown. A book of condolence for the late Christopher Coker, a veteran journalist, political analyst, and social commentator, has been opened at the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists headquarters in Freetown. At a short memorial service that was held before the opening of the signing of the book of condolence, Kelvin Lewis, president of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, said the late Christopher Coker was an inspiration and mentor to him and many other journalists who are presently in active practice. Whilst registering his condolence on behalf of SLAJ and the media fraternity, he described the late Christopher Coker as not only a renowned journalist, but an historian of the profession and the country's politics, of which he'll be surely missed for.
There is one story that he used to tell us about him when he was given the symbol to protest. And in those days, as Christo would say, you did not lose the election by manual voting or manual tallying. Usually the election is lost at the stage of nomination. And Christopher had very wonderful experience of being tied up on a tree until the nomination ended. And that was how he got his position to even start contesting the election.
Christo Johnson, president of the Veteran Journalist Association, said the late Christopher Coker is a true friend whom he learned and shared a lot with when they were in active practice. He said he was a fearless and well-accomplished journalist in the history of the country who will forever be remembered.
The then Minister of Government at that time, I could remember my good friend, a colleague, when we were in a panel discussing press review. He did say, when one of the panelists said, they are honorable, he said, look, stop it, they are dishonorable. These are dishonorable men. They don't go to parliament on time. They go there when they feel like, and the speaker is fed up with them, so they are dishonorable men.
Eunice Sise, chairman of the Rights to Access Information Commission, who attended the Albert Academy with the late Christopher Coker, also paid tribute to his late friend, whom he said achieved his goals of serving humanity and his country through journalism. The late Christopher Coker served as editor and consultant editor for several newspapers in the country, including Peep magazine, where he deputized the late Olu Gordon, and lately before his demise was a senior political analyst at Star Television. He will be buried on Sunday 15th April after a funeral and communion service at the Charles Davis UMC Church, Regents Road, Lumley. May his soul rest in perfect peace. May the soul of Christopher Coker rest in perfect peace. Our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. I worked with him closely here at Star TV on the Saturday newspaper review program. May his soul rest in perfect peace. The managing director of Rokel Commercial Bank, Dr. Ekundayo Walton Gilpin, has said there has been a rapid, dynamic and innovative changes at the bank since it took over. He made this statement whilst disclosing the new products in the bank's portfolio for the year 2018. Adam Asila has more.
Rokel Commercial Bank is one of Sierra Leone's indigenous banks, formerly known as Barclays Bank, is on a thrust towards enhancing efficiency and improving customer service. The bank has over the years been faced with numerous challenges. However, through the initiative of the new Managing Director, Dr. Ekundayo Walton Gilpin, there has been a rapid and tangible change in the dynamics of the bank, both in customer service, product delivery, financial management, financial inclusion, financial awareness, and financial literacy.
You see this country, about 85% of the people who will forget bank accounts. They don't get. They don't even know what bank. Only 15%. That means out of 100, only 15 people are then able to say yes at the bank account and about banking business. So what the Rokel Commercial Bank they do now? We from last year, July, we are joined this bank, we are get this position here. So we don't try for deepen with financial inclusion. That means say we try to get all man, whether you're a gentleman or in a woman or you do the urban area, you do the rural area, you do upline or you do Futon, we get all man to understand what it means for get bank.
The marketing manager for Rokel Commercial Bank, Maya Majajua, highlighted the bank's new marketing drive, new product packages as a way of reaching out to the unbanked in the country.
They will get the Ususu account. We know Ususu gets so much problem with the mama then a market. Even so we granny then and get money then and put on that pillar. Ususu master go carry take them after 1 month, 2 months, alala come out. You say husband something on. But bring this account here, save and I will get commercial bank. After 3 months, una decide say okay today na me go na my go take am. Tomorrow na I start to go take am. So una go able forget that understanding. You know say in a bank if man or can't if no go say policeman can do anything or flood anything no more or if man. But to one for many people they know say yes they can able for come one for reach out to the market one. Because we know that the more can get there also business where halala can come out.
Traders and business people in the central business area in Freetown called on the bank to reach out to them as they are in need of their services to aid their business transactions, as they express joy in the new products they have to offer. It must be noted that the bank's corporate social responsibility expanded to help society and reach out to rural, poor and urban elites alike to make banking with flexibility, innovation and dynamism, as there is a huge air of anticipation around the bank as the customers notice change and expect further improvement. The bank is however open to feedback from the public as to how to further improve services in the Sierra Leonean Bank for the people, by the people and of the people. Adam Asila, Star TV News, Freetown.
And now for some sport news. The Sierra Leone handball delegation to Mauritania has returned home after being thrown out of the Challenge Trophy for failing to provide passports for the athletes. Elton John is all set to give us some more updates.
Thanks to Ilam Ranaba, it's another day for some sporting news. We start with the local scene, where it's a disappointment for the Sierra Leone Handball Association. They have returned home from the Challenge Trophy in Mauritania, having failed to secure a single win for the senior side despite they were thrown out of the competition because of passport issue. Very interesting within our sports and discipline. Anabi Yusuf was the leader of the delegation that took the team to Mauritania. He explained more about the predicament they went through to this medium.
The tournament, I would say, it was fairly good because I think for the first time in the history of handball, we almost sailed to the semi-final of the IHF trophy.
So how the games then look like the result for the two teams that represent the country?
Well, for the under 20, they were remarkable because they played 5 games then. Out of the 5 games then, the first match was against the Republic of Mali. It was a win for Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone was 18, Mali was 16. We we neighbors there, Republic of Guinea, we were beaten. Then we played Gambia. Of course, as usual, we beat Gambia. So now that make we almost go to the semi-final. Like we have can tell people, Salon for play the semi-final, but because of passport issue, we don't can say we dey investigate now, and hopefully maybe on Friday we'll get a press conference.
Now be negligent from the association or from the team?
Well, as I say, we dey under investigation, and on Friday we will definitely come up to the press and talk am. But for answer to the question, the game proper, Sierra Leone under 20, we played 5 games, we won 3, and the under 18, we're learning that for the first time, and going to that competition. Just imagine, one day going to the competition in the, we take about 5 days for go, we rest 1 or 2 days. The good thing was that we go there, in fact, 1 day before the competition. So our boys were able to acclimatize, they were able to look at the situation. For the under 18, really and truly, out of the 5 games that they play, they lost 4 and they only won 1.
So what next for handball in the country as another return for Mauritania?
Well, what can so first and foremost, I want to tell you, say, the players are traumatized. The whole team is traumatized.
Why?
Because for now they prepare now for go semi-final. All of a sudden, because of the passport issue, I say done the investigation. Then throw out of the competition. The players them they feel bad. In fact, that same day we for play semi-final. We will not go play semi-final. For go play for another position. It took us hours for encouraging them for when they go play. In fact, even when they go play, they lost the game. But it was necessary that they played. Because on 10 day, IHF will not suspend we. Or say for not take action against we. But to talk to them, we say it don't be. The gun has been shot. The water has been thrown. The egg has been broken. Whatever the situation, they went and played.
Well, we hope that the Sierra Leone Handball Association watch their data lanes at home and try to come out with good information to the media and also the public why the team traveled to Mauritania without getting a passport and they were knocked out of the competition in the semi-final because they failed to produce the passports. More sad news within the sporting sector in the local scene. The Sierra Leone Volleyball Association team who represented the country in this year's Commonwealth Games in Australia. They have been defeated by the Australian side despite they did well among the 8 sports and disciplines that are representing the country in this year's competition. Among the 8 sports and disciplines is only volleyball that qualified to the next stage. But it's a sad news for the volleyball team. They are out of the competition. Today they were knocked out by the Australian side 2-1. So it's a disappointment for 8 sports and disciplines that are representing the country in the ongoing Commonwealth Games. Volleyball qualified to the second stage, but no way for them to get progression. They are out of this year's Commonwealth Games. So it's a big assignment for the new coming Minister of Sport to see how best they develop it in the sporting sector, because according to the outgoing president of Sierra Leone, His Excellency Ernest Koroma, sport is full of sonko. Would this new government produce more better development within the sporting sector? It's a big question for His Excellency Retired Brigadier Julius Marabiu to give a sober-minded sport minister that to develop the sporting sector. That's all for sports. Back to Ilam Ranaba in the studio. We wish our team all the best returning home despite the fail to get a better result in this year's Commonwealth Games.
Thanks very much, Hilton, for the sports updates, and that's all in the National News Bulletin file here on Star Television Network on Channel 21. I am Amadou Lamganaban. Thanks very much for watching.